Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We are live right now for the afternoon kick. Something brand spanking new, which man DH and Rio. Rio, what's up, bro?
What's going on, man? We got a cornerback, one on the roster, and we going for 8-2 for the first time since the 80s. I'm lit, man.
Dog, I love it, man. I love it, man. Now, as you're entering the building, I'll tell you a quick backstory with this, man. Me and Rio have such a great connection when we're on each other's program. We said, man, the people need another option. While they in traffic or they driving home, whatever, they need another option right now. So this is the afternoon kick live with Rio and DH, man. Give you another option to listen to on the way home from work. You had a long day. You can get caught up with your latest Commanders news, notes, and information.
Yes, sir.
And we ain't gonna hold them, Rio. We ain't gonna hold them, man. Let's get into it right now. Let's get into this Marshon Lattimore press conference and play a little clip about that right here.
Let's get it. Oh, I'm so happy to have this guy, man. I'm so happy that we have a corner. Oh man, I'm overjoyed. What are you talking about? I don't hear the sound. I don't think the sound's on.
Let me do this real quick. Hey man, this is a brand new thing, man. It's all live, bro. Let me see.
Good. You got the sound on that end?
Yeah, I can hear it on this side, and the sound is on this side.
Yeah, it's not coming through on this end, but I mean, to be perfectly honest, he ain't talking about. I mean, he just sounds like he ready to go. He just sounds like a real one. He sounds like he's excited. He know what we building over here. He said it was quick, man. He got some treatment, and the next thing you know, he was headed to Washington.
Now, look, man, you get a peek behind the curtain as to how quick this stuff happens, man. Like, he didn't even know he was going to be on the block. So, like you said, he was in there for treatment, and they was like, hey, look, bro, we got to go. Next thing you know, he on a Commander's video on the website, getting out of an Escalade, you know what I'm saying, coming into the building, dog. Now he go from 2-7 to 7-2, bro, in a matter of minutes.
Imagine that. You go from a team that's talking about tanking and drafting a quarterback and hire. They fired their coach to a team that is has an excitement running through it more than they've seen in 30 plus years.
Bro, it's crazy, man. We also, man, of course, we all got our own show. But last night, man, I had the opportunity to interview Dre Bly, man, 11-year NFL veteran, cornerback. Had a chance to interview him for the show, man. And he talked about what Marshon can add to the mix. And he said, really, he's going to add his ability. He's going to be a dog. He's somebody that can play. But the main thing he's going to help with is the young guys behind him. You know, St. Juice and Forbes and all those other corners have been taking some criticism, right? Forbes saying he can't get on the field. St. Juice is really handsy. But he said having a guy like Lattimore may help elevate their game. What you think about that?
Oh, it can, because it takes some of the responsibilities away from him. You know, this is a guy who can literally shut off an entire side of the field. It can go mano-a-mano with the majority of the number one receivers in this league. So the fact of the matter is that was the biggest, most glaring hole on the roster. And even Marshon said it himself. Y'all seen what they traded for me, right? It was clearly they think that I could give them something they're missing to take this thing to the next level. And I think we're going to start to see that.
Man, absolutely, man. And just remind the people, man, we're checking in right now. This is the afternoon kick live with Rio and DH, giving you another alternative option to end your day on the way home from the crib, man. It's just a little something different, man. Trying a new concept right here. So, of course, if you're on X, make sure you follow us right now. If you're on YouTube, make sure you sub up to everybody. Comment, get in the chat, man. Say what you got to say. And this is your show for the next 30 minutes, guys. So get in here and let's talk about it while we update what's going on with the Commanders news. Did you get a chance to check out Adam Peters' press conference earlier today?
Sure did. Watched his, watched Dan Quinn's, and I watched Jaden's.
The one main theme I was getting when I was watching it earlier, it was like, did you think at this point you'll be making this type of move? Were you preparing yourself to do these types of things? And I think the overall thing that I got from it was that, and this is going to sound crazy, but, you know, at the beginning of the year, 32 teams say we're going to win the Super Bowl, right? But halfway through it, like where we are now, a lot of them teams either jumped off or it ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? I really think they looked up and backed into a winning season, bro. Like, I think they had intentions on us playing well, but I don't think they had intentions on us playing this well, bro.
I think when they told us about a recalibration and all that, they expected this team to compete and establish an identity at some point. I don't think anybody could have predicted 7-2 out the gates, though. So you address things as you are presented with new data, and new data says right now Washington can compete with anybody in this league already in year one.
Absolutely. What a realistic Washington fan, man. What's up with you, man? We want you to be here for this show, man. Every time we do it, man, the afternoon kick, man, with live with Rio and DH, man. But Rio, to your point, bro, I think we lucked up into this situation, and then maybe a couple weeks ago when the rumors started coming out, they're like, all right, well, what do we need? You know what I'm saying? They went to the grocery store and like, we got food at home, but we may need a little something. And I think cornerback was a big thing. I was hoping they was going to get a rush in. I was hoping to hear like Myles Garrett, like at the end of the day, because that would have really took us over the top, bro. I was really hoping for that, but I think Marshon Lattimore is a good pickup for now, man.
It's a very good pick. I don't think realistically Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, or guys available of that cloth are not available. The fact that Marshon was available is fire, bro. That's a #1 corner. And like Adam Peters said, they did their homework and their due diligence for weeks, not knowing if he was going to become available, but they were ready to strike while the iron's hot if he does become available. Listening to our GM, head coach, and quarterback speak is quite a joy. Also on Thursdays, listening to the coordinators. I know we're still in the honeymoon phase, but I really enjoy this right now, man.
Man, absolutely. And I will show this, man. I'm gonna put this out here, man. Spot Rack. And this is something that I didn't know about this situation. I didn't know that he was still in the contract. He's making the league minimum this year to play for us. And they have him under control essentially for the next few seasons.
Yep, we got him through 2026 because the Saints adjusted his contract this year. So he's making what, $606,000 this year and only 18. These next 2 years are non-guaranteed also, but that's easy money for #1 corner.
Bro, this is crazy. And the thing about it is, right, they did do their due diligence. They were able to see that this is not a 1-year rental type situation. This is something that they can get a guy that can be in your building for the foreseeable future. And he can really help the young guys. And then you got him at a cost-effective rate. Only $605,000 this year, the league minimum, bro. What? Come on, bro. That's a steal. And then of course in 2025, he'll get some big money. You know what I'm saying? But what this offers up,
that's not even crazy either. Like, I'll take a top corner making $18 million. Some of the top corners in this league are making $20-something million. Like, I will take that easy money.
Easy money. So I think, like you said, man, they definitely did their due diligence. They found a guy that they can add to the room and kind of have some control over their contract situation, man. I love that for the team. And that just goes to show you that the smartest guys in the room ain't saying the most. Because remember, we don't hear from Adam Peters like that. I mean, he has his press conference, but they don't tell what they're doing. They don't show their hand, man. And I love that about our squad, man. Those guys up front, man, they know what they're talking about.
Yep, and they're very close to the vest. You don't hear it until someone nationally posted. No one's breaking news from the park anymore. There are not leaky faucets all over the building. We find out when it's official, and what an exciting conclusion to the trade deadline yesterday was.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We appreciate everybody for jumping in right now. We are live, the afternoon kick with Rio and DH, man. Two buddies that joined through this content stuff and say, you know what? Let's give the people another option on their way home. So we got you right here. We'll be doing this. I don't know how often we're gonna do this, Real, but we just testing this out, see how we love it. You know what I'm saying? We're here for the next
Wednesdays. We probably knock something like this out.
There you go. Here for the next 19 minutes, take you all the way up to 5 o'clock on your drive home. Man, let's get to some of these comments that we got here. Shout out to Garage Gym Life. He said, Rio, what up, man? I think I'm the only predictor of our current success was the way that DQ turned things around so quickly in Dallas. Glad we got him. Rio, we both was kind of not negative about it, but we didn't think the turnaround was going to happen this fast.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really realistic to expect. Like, if you were saying Washington would be 7-2 at this point, that is all fandom and love for the squad and burgundy tinted lenses. But You get the quarterback right, the guy that's making the picks right in Adam Peters, and a coaching staff that players actually respond to, understand, and speak the language of, then boom, you're off to the races in year one.
Absolutely. And then KJ, shout out to KJ for tuning in. It's really 300K, half the season gone. Oh, that's a good point.
Is it so? So was that 606 for the whole season, or is that
Yeah.
what we owe him for the rest of
No,
the season?
that's for the entire season. He was making league minimum for the entire season.
Okay,
So
so
we
structure.
get the other half of
Okay.
that deal. Hey KJ, shout out to you, man. That's a
That's
great.
interesting. I didn't know that. I thought that we were getting the rest of his contract for the season was 600. And even if that was the case, that's no money. Those are
Right.
pennies in the NFL.
Check this out. Then that would imply that you would get paid twice if you got traded. So nah, it's half of it. He's already made half of that money this year. So we only paying him 300K the rest of the season,
It's for
and
free.
then he picks that money back. Oh man, that's a
volunteer
steal.
work for a number one cornerback. Love
What
that.
a steal of a deal, man. What a steal. They said he was just in town today to get all the particulars out the way. Do you think he'll play Sunday?
I don't think he's going to play Sunday. I think, but this is me personally, I have no idea. I think he makes his debut in 8 days versus the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday night.
Oh my gosh.
We got Jay Brown and company. I think with the short turnaround, considering we play both Pennsylvania teams on Sunday and then 4 days later on Thursday, that may be a lot to push a hamstring that's a little gimpy right now, but it could also be the case that he was never that injury and he was making a business decision for the betterment of his short-term future. So he was in practice uniform already, and he got that 23 up off a C-Rod immediately, like I told folks was going to happen.
A man of the people. He came in the building. Hey, man, let me get that 23 up off you. No problem, sir. Look, I'm just glad to be in the building, Chris Rodriguez said. You switched to what, 36? Was that it?
Yeah, he rocking Jerome Bettis number.
Hey, the bus, bro.
If it suits him in his running style more. I'm not gonna hold you.
Nah, for sure, bro. Hey, man, that Lattimore jersey gonna be selling like hotcakes. I know it will be, bro. I just think, man, another thing that we talked about last night with Dre Bly, he just talked about, man, it's so difficult to play cornerback, right? So we kind of got into talking about Benjamin St. Juste, and we talk about Emmanuel Forbes because he got a chance to talk to Forbes in a pre-draft meeting when he was with Detroit. So he mentioned how much he likes Forbes and his playmaking ability. But he did also say, man, cornerback is hard. And the way that you overcome some of those issues at corner is you make so many plays first. So then you kind of got some grace built up. So then when you get beat, you know what I'm saying, or if you get a flag, it's all right because you'll make a play every now and again. And he's saying that's how most of them, he said there's not a cornerback on two legs that has not got burnt. No, he got burnt. Dion, Reeves, all of them.
The territory. It comes with the territory. And outside of quarterback, corner is the hardest position to play in all of football. I don't know how you do it. You're putting your back and you're moving backwards with the most freaky athletic guys in the league lined up in front of you. They know where they're going. You kind of have to guess if you're in a man-to-man situation. You got to be a freak to be a cornerback. And we definitely got one of them ones now.
Yeah, we do. Looks like we're collecting Buckeyes. Garage Gym Life says, like Philly collects Bulldogs. Hopefully, better results for us though. So it was him. It was Marshon. It was Terry. Was in that
Noah Brown too, in the same Ohio State recruiting class. Yep.
Yeah. Oh man. Hey man. See, they went and got their type of guy. Man, I love this for us, dog. I love this for us, bro. Everything is looking up right now, and it's crazy, Rio, that we talk about this for another 15 minutes. It's crazy that we're at this point in the season, dog, 7-2. Like, seriously, like you said earlier, you was a fan if you said it was going to be this good at this point. But nobody had us this good, man. Even Vegas had us, what, 5 wins? Maybe one win better than last year? So with 7 wins already beat down, if you put $100 down, you already looking good. You already feeling fine, man. So I'm like, man, nobody expected this. And then for us to keep winning as we are, Pittsburgh coming up this week, man. What you feel about this Pittsburgh game coming up, dog?
Man, we got a chance to be 8-2 for the first time since 1986. That is 5 years pre my existence.
You was -5.
-5 the last time this team was 8-2.
Still swimming.
And we're favorite. I know. I'm proud. I could probably only do the regular straight. Like I wasn't even doing all the different strokes. I was just swimming around in there. But man, we're favored to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just think about that alone. When was the last time we were good enough to be picked to beat a flagship organization like Pittsburgh, who never has a losing record?
Bro, it's been a while, man, because what was that, a couple years ago when we ended their winning streak? Was that 2000 when we played? I mean
2020.
2020. Excuse me. Dang, I said 2000. That's 24 years.
2020. It was the COVID season when
Yeah.
when Peg Leg Alex Smith took over.
And Chase had that. He had like a fumble return for a touchdown or something like that. We
It
won
was
like
all.
on.
It
We
was
played
all.
on a Tuesday night. That's what it
Yeah,
was.
Tuesday night because of COVID. I'm about Cam Sims' legacy game. Oh man.
Oh man, dog, that was crazy. But that season was wild. But yeah, I think this is the last time we played them. And bruh, like you look at where we are right now. First of all, I didn't think Pittsburgh was gonna be this good. How they are this year, but they kind of turn a new leaf with Russell in there. They don't score a whole bunch of points, but Russell can still throw the deep ball down the field. So I think, I mean, we're gonna have a tough match. I'm curious if they're gonna play Mike Williams this week with them getting a trade, and they got Preston Smith.
Yep, they did. They made a couple moves at the deadline. None of them make me lose sleep for
Yeah.
Sunday, but I like the way we match up versus this team. And this is a pretty good football team, one of the best disciplined and coach football teams in this league. I respect Mike Tomlin as much as I respect any coach in the entire league. So I take this team seriously, but I expect us to win because that's where we're at now. That is our life now.
When I pull up on Sunday and I turn that TV on, or I pull up to the red zone parking lot, I'm pulling up expecting to leave with a W, dog. I'm expecting to have good beverages, have something good to eat, and leave with a W, man. And that's how it is the rest of the season. I think we talked a couple of weeks ago saying when you look at it, maybe the only team you might be concerned about is Atlanta and Philly, maybe. But other than that, nobody's worried about the Titans. We already played the Giants. Dallas is in full tank mode. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you got to play Cooper Rush in November.
Yeah, I ain't worried about them, bro. And that Dallas situation is bad. I talked to a few Cowboy fans lately, dog. And look, man, I normally wouldn't give the Cowboys the time of day, but I'm giving them 2 minutes right now to talk about this because what the Cowboys are doing, first of all, it's malfeasance, bro. To be 12-5 multiple seasons and then to literally blow it, like
Bottom
literally
falling out. It's crazy.
And then you're gonna be broke. To not even call Derrick Henry, bro. Like, how do you do that, man? How do you not call Derrick Henry when you see the type of year he's having?
I'm so glad.
Now, granted, I mean, I don't know how good he'd be running behind that offensive line, but you at least got to give a call, right?
I mean, I'm glad Jerry Jones is trying to be an owner / GM because as long as he does that, the Dallas Cowboys franchise is never going to prosper. All the value you see going around, and they done gave up a fourth for Jonathan Mingo.
Yo, shout out to them.
Bless their hearts in Dallas. May Jerry live forever.
Bruh, you know what? Our run game has been tough. We haven't played up to the standards that we were supposed to play. We were supposed to go all in. So I think what we'll do to fix it, we'll go get another receiver, a fourth for Jonathan Mingo. What? A fourth? And then you look at what other guys have traded for it. Hopkins, you looked at what Mike Williams went for. You looked at what Devontae Adams before. You give a fourth for Mingo? Come on, dog. Craziness, bro. Such craziness.
I love that. Bro. I love that for them, though.
Oh, I do too. Look, man, that is the whole thing. And I pretty much got the same sentiment from all Cowboy fans is that in order for them to do anything, Jerry has to physically let go of the team. And we know that's not going to happen. Shout out to Garage Gym Live. Great time to be alive. Glad your kids, Rio, and your daughter, DH, get to hopefully see the team the way I did watching Rigo win the Super Bowl when I was 9. Hey, we would love that for us.
I need that, man. You know, times is different because we're starting to throw words out we ain't never been able to throw. We're talking about NFC championships. We're talking about divisional round. We're talking about Super Bowl contingency. Like, what is going on, man?
Rio, dog. And you know what? And I think it's a perfect way to round this out, bro. Talk about what this Commanders team now has done for you and the relationship with your kids watching football, bro. Talk about that, man. Because I'm gonna tell my side too, but I want to hear your side, man.
It's beautiful because I didn't get a choice in life. Like, I came out the womb having to hail to the Redskins, and I never forced my sports fandom or passion on my kids. I kind of let them do their own thing. They go to church with their mom on Sundays and do whatever they want to do just to relax now that they're both in school. But my son has started watching football over like the last year or so. He always kept up with it to be able to go back and forth with me. He watches my content. He even has his friends that watch my content. Shout out to them. But seeing the excitement of Jaden, like my daughter knows who Jaden is. My daughter ain't never cared to sit still and watch a football game in her life. Papa, look, it's Jaden Daniels on the TV. Like that brings so much joy and makes my heart smile. I love it, man.
Hey man, awesome, bro. Much like you, Rio. When I was born, I was born in Silver Spring, man, at Washington Adventist Hospital. When the doctor slapped my ass, and you know how kids cry, I was like, wah, 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 when the doctor slapped me, bro. So I was born into this, man. I was born into this, and to see my 3-year-old, bro. My 3-year-old knows that Sundays are for football. We got our routine, man. We wake up, we clean up, we put our stuff on, we go get a Slurpee. You know what I'm saying? We come back home, we watch football, and bro, randomly this has happened this week, bro, and I so love this. My daughter was like, I want to watch football. My daughter's 3. She knows how to get into YouTube TV, bro. She went in. She was like, "Can I watch TV?" I was like, "Yeah, go ahead." So I'm in the kitchen. My daughter goes in and turns on the TV, and I'm hearing Mark Sanchez in the background. I was like, "What?" She done went and turned on the Giants Commanders game, dog. I was like, "What?" Bro, my wife will tell you. I turned to her and I was just like, "Yo, I have done enough as a father, dog.
Winning."
Oh my God, bro. And just like my daughter, shout out to Adam Peters and this draft class, because yes, this draft class is balling and they are contributing right now, dog.
And the free agent class, man. We came in, we struck gold. So apparently Adam Peters got the Midas touch.
He know what he talking about too, dog. He know what he talking about. We need to chip we need to chip in as a fan base and get Jerry life extension therapy and money.
A supplemental stack is hilarious.
Hey, I would love that. But no, man, that's crazy though, man. Like normally guys don't hit on every selection, bro. Adam Peters has hit on every pick, bro. Even coming in, you know, getting a new kicker. You know, they saw early they got rid of the first kicker that we had. What was it? Cade York? Was that who it was?
Bro, we went through 4 kickers before we got. So it was Cade York.
McManus never kicked.
Riley Patterson, Ramses Ahmed. We went through 4 kickers. I like that they stood on business. They brought Cade York into the season. They got a return to sender on the pick that we sent to Cleveland, and we hired another kicker. Austin Cyber ain't looked back yet. He's the highest scoring kicker in the league right now.
Hey, man, listen, let me tell you something. Marshon is going to be one of those players. He's going to be one of those dogs that's going to help the Washington Commanders in their secondary. Now, if you look here, they like to do a lot of press man coverage, which is something that I like to do. And those guys have proved that they can play well. They can play well when they're not pressed and they're not under pressure, because that's what we need here. They need leaders.
But can he play? But can he play man? Ocho, can he play man? Ocho, talk to me. Can he play man? Can he play man to man? Ocho.
Hey, Unc, I don't know if he can play man, Unc. I don't know, dog. I don't know if he can play man. You know, all I'm worried about right now is trying to get Rail back. I'm just trying to get Rail back, Unc. Ocho, listen. I never thought he'd be that type of player, but he can play. Cause listen. Let me tell you something about me, Ocho. I grew up in rural South Georgia with cement floors and a tin can roof. And what I've turned into is one of the most marketable, one of the most best media savvy individuals. And that's what.
To master the Shannon Sharp voice, you gotta sound like you got food in your mouth, bro. Like that shit is perfect,
bro. He said, "You gotta be one of the most media savvy individuals." But you know what's crazy about that too? And we talk about everything on this show. There is a whole section of people who will only know him as a analyst and will only know him as a TV personality, bro,
and not a Hall of Fame football player,
bro. Crazy. That's like people in Jordan, right? Like my nephew never saw Jordan play. He just know that this dude has a bunch of shoes that everybody keeps buying and keep wearing, bro. So like that's crazy. You think of Shannon Sharp, like he's literally turned himself into. Like,
I know people who think Coach Prime is just the coach. Like they think Dion is, he's a fly. I'm like, yo, that's like the best corner ever.
Do you know he's literally all the corners that you watch now. He's all your corners and receivers. They literally modeled themselves after that guy here. They
brought swagger to the sport.
Bruh, in a swaggerless era, he brought swagger to the game, bro, with wearing more armbands than, he was armband up with the long sleeve with the loose, bruh, killing them out there, dog. Killing them. And then also they add this piece right here. We hit on quarterback, left tackle, cornerback, defensive tackle. Still can't wait to see Jordan. Yeah, bro. It's guys waiting in the wings, bro. It's guys waiting in the wings. Normally, when you go get free agents like this, normally they don't hit, but every one of them has contributed and contribute on a consecutive basis. Austin Eckler, you know what I'm saying? He's coming in a leadership type role, and he's playing well and being a part of that scheme. You know, McNichols, you know, just all those guys. I mean, to literally overhaul that roster with 30 plus individuals, like, bro, like Adam Peters is the GOAT, bro. He's hitting on all of them.
He is, man. And thank goodness and thank the Lord that we got Snyder out of here and we got actual ownership here. Hey, we're gonna be definitely keeping this thing going on Wednesdays, man.
Yeah, man. Every Wednesday. And next week we'll have a little more time. We can go 4 to 5, man. The afternoon drive. I'm sorry, the afternoon kick. We going live for that drive. Your man Rio and DH. Rio, before we get out of here, dog,
Yes,
any last minute things or anything we want to hit until we get back up here on next Wednesday?
Oh man, let's keep this thing rolling. At the end of the day, Dan Quinn is coached on a team that Russell Wilson played for before, and this is not the same guy. I believe his arm strength and athleticism, the legs that saved him earlier in his career, I think we're playing against a diminished form of that, but this is a well-coached, well-disciplined football team that we're better than. So take care of business, and let's go back, and let's go up to Philly 8-2, and let's handle the whole state of Pennsylvania twice in a 4-day time span.
Hey, man, taking care of business. That's what it's all about. That's why you're here. That's why you've been brought into Ashburn Park, is because you're a guy. You're a commander. You're a Dan Quinn type of guy. And if 7-2 does not speak to that, then I don't know what to say. But you are 7-2. You're part of one of the best teams in NFL. The rest of the league is looking up at us. So we got to go in there, beat up on them guys. And like you said, we're better than that team, and get the first half of Pennsylvania to understand that we're here to stay and y'all are not prepared. And we're going to do it. It's just like we're going to do it every Wednesday. It's the afternoon kick, live for the drive with my partner in crime, Rio, and it's your man, DH. Make sure y'all share this out across the socials, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's get this thing going. But we'll catch y'all next week on the afternoon kickoff, live for the drive. Y'all stay up. Peace.
Let's go.